Here at Lawrence School, we do our absolute best to know that progress is being made. Aside from classroom reviews based on the specific topics each class is studying, we do collect additional academic information in the form of benchmarking and progress monitoring of specific skills. To begin, you will likely hear about these two systems the most when speaking about data collection. AIMSWeb is a term you'll hear come from the adults at Lawrence the most. AIMSWeb Plus is the assessment system used by teachers to obtain data on specific reading and math skills. It is norm referenced and utilizes Common Core standards. TestNav is a term you'll likely hear from the students the most. It's the system students use on their devices, Chromebook or iPad, to complete their AIMSWeb benchmarking and progress monitoring assessments. As mentioned, we do a round of intake assessments, or what we call curriculum testing. This occurs before a child starts and helps us to determine proper class placement. Some of these assessments come from the AIMSWeb Plus program, specifically for reading fluency and writing. Looking at the timeline of events, assessments and data collection does start with that curriculum testing. However, once a new year begins, we start benchmarking right away. Benchmarking is done so that we can get a comprehensive snapshot of where a student is at with specific grade level skills. Once benchmarking assessments are complete, progress monitoring for reading fluency and writing begins. Benchmarking is done again in the winter and in the spring. Although the assessments are the same, the skills within some of the assessments shift due to the thought process that students are learning more as the year progresses. This is where the continuum of the Common Core standards come into play. Spring benchmarking is one of the many factors that help us place students for the following year. Here you'll find the list of assessments that students participate in benchmarking 3 times per year. The assessments that are highlighted are the assessments we progress monitor on a weekly or bi-weekly basis. It's important to note that the time to take each assessment and the modality in which it's taken is preset per the AIMSWeb Plus program. All TestNav-based assessments have the capability to read aloud to the students, except for the reading comprehension and silent reading fluency assessments. All assessments have highlighting tools or the capability to adjust text size. It's also important to add here that all benchmark assessments are taken at grade level to aid in that norm referenced comparison. The oral reading fluency progress monitor, however, is done weekly at the student's sweet spot, or in other words, the level in which they are able to read the words with at least 95% accuracy. This might not be at grade level for some, but we constantly keep an eye on progress and adjust fluency goals accordingly. Although you receive communication from your student's classroom teacher about the day-to-day affairs, you also receive graphs that outline the results of all of these assessments we've been discussing. This table outlines when those results are received and from who. Since progress monitoring is a more intimate and frequent assessment done with the language teacher, those graphs will come from the teacher. They will be sent in the form of an email during the conference seasons and at the end of the school year. The benchmarks will be uploaded to the account in which you view other important school documents. You'll be notified of the results upload status through the Lawrence Loop emails and by text message from the school.